Let's talk about how we might find the arc length of a circle. Let me explain quickly what I mean. I'm going to draw a kind of a central angle here. I'm going to say that this is 45 degrees. And what I mean by arc length is, how would I calculate the length of this blue piece right here? Now, let me fill in one more piece of information we're going to need, and that is the radius of the circle. I'm going to make something kind of easy like 5. Now, in an earlier video, we talked about circumference. Circumference is the perimeter of a circle. It's a fancy word for perimeter of a circle. And the formula is 2 times pi times the radius, or the diameter times the pi. But this is the circumference. Now, circumference is the entire thing. That's all the way around the circle. And we don't want that. We just want a portion of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our circumference formula and we're just going to modify it a little bit. All right, arc length. We're going to take that circumference formula and then we're going to multiply it by kind of a fraction that represents, well, what part of the whole circumference is just this blue part. And the way we're going to do that is with the angles. We're going to have the angle that we are given out of the 360 degrees that would be the entire circle. So basically we're figuring out what portion in this case is 45 degrees. And then we're using that multiplier to kind of scale back our circumference. Okay? So for us, our problem here will be 2 times pi times our radius, and then times 45 out of 360. I'm going to just kind of simplify this a little bit. 2 times pi times 5 is 10 pi, and 45 divided by 360 is 1/8. Now, you could actually multiply this out on your calculator. You know, you could substitute an approximation in for pi, like 3.14. I'm actually just going to leave it with a pi. This, 10 times 1/8 would be 10 over 8 times pi, and 10 over 8 reduces to 5/4 pi. And I'm going to leave it like that. That's an exact answer, and I kind of like it like that. If again, you could easily just use your calculator. You could even just type it in straight from here. 2 times pi times 5 times 45 divided by 360, and you would get the answer. Let's do another example. All right, so here we're going to find this arc length. We'll find out that. So again, we say, well, our circumference, if you were thinking the whole circle, you'd do 2 times pi times our radius. That would be the whole thing. We don't have the whole thing. We've got a portion of it. And the portion we have, we could represent with 120 degrees out of the 360 degrees. Well, let me kind of do what I did last time. 2 times pi times 4 is 8 pi. And 120 over 360 reduces to 1/3. So I would just leave it 8 times 1/3 is 8/3. I would just leave it as 8/3 pi. You could certainly just type it into your calculator, even all the way back here. Just write 2 times pi times 4 times 120 divided by 360, and you'll get an answer. Let's do one more. Okay. So let's use our formula. We're doing 2 times pi times 7. This is the circumference part of it. And then we use our angle to figure out what portion of the circle we are actually working with. So 2 times pi times 7 would be 14 pi. 30 out of 360 reduces to 1/12. Again, if you want to just type it in and get a decimal answer, you can. 14 pi times 1/12 is 14/12 pi. And I'm going to reduce that because 14 over 12 would reduce to 7/6 pi. And that would be my answer. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more geometry content.